Well, good morning. Happy Wednesday and Happy New Year. It's good to be back with you. Hey, I hope you had an absolutely fantastic Christmas. Hope you had a great New Year beginning. And I hope that this year turns out to be one of the best years of your life. I was visiting with a young woman just the other day, and she was being a little bit negative. And she was curious as to why I was so positive. And I just told her, I said, well, I'm a child of God. I've got a great family. My health is good. I love doing what I'm doing. And I said, do you know what? No matter how bad things may be in our life, we could always look around and find someone that's in a whole lot worse shape than we are. And she sat there and looked at me for a moment, and she said, you know, you're right. So we talked just a little bit, and before I left that place, she was smiling, she was upbeat. She realized that, you know what, things may be, and things can get kind of bad for us, but there's always a lot to be really thankful for, to look to the future for better things. That's the message that I proclaim, by the way, the message of covenant eschatology, that the world does not have to defeat us. The world cannot defeat us because Christ has won the victory. Well, just a thing or two here. Let me inform you that I've got a good friend right now who is in the process of organizing my morning musings. Several of you have asked me about this to make it easier to find certain topics, to make it easier to find what you want to see what I have to say. So this good friend is now in the process of organizing my YouTube videos, indexing them, doing whatever techno thing he's got to do. And so before very long, you'll be able to find my categorized and indexed YouTube videos and make it easy to find what it is you want to study. I really, really appreciate the effort that and the work that he's putting out on this, named Jeff McCormick, and just a shout out to him in appreciation for what he's doing. All right. Well, I've been sharing with you some thoughts on the Charismata, the end of the age, Christ and the victory over Satan. And the great question is the time of the end of the Charismata, because as we have seen, the victory over Satan, the destruction of Satan, the end of the Charismata, and the arrival of the kingdom are all one-to-one equivalents. They're contemporary, they're synchronous, same time events. Now, while a great many people, wonderful people, sincere people who love the Lord, a great many people say, well, Don, I believe in healing. I'll have more to say about that. I believe in healing. What about speaking in tongues? What about this? What about that? It seems to me that very, very, very few people are willing to focus on the fact that, number one, you cannot separate, you cannot divorce the tongues and the healing from the prophetic office, from the apostolic office, that is, temporally. You cannot say, well, we've got miraculous healing, we've got tongues, but we no longer have the prophetic office. Or we no longer have the apostolic office. No, they all belong together, temporally speaking. There's not one word in the Scripture that would indicate that these functions, that is, these miraculously endowed offices of apostle and prophet, evangelists, pastors, and teachers, would cease, whereas tongues, healings, etc. would continue. Paul said in 1 Corinthians 13 that inspired knowledge, prophecy, i.e. the prophetic office, and tongues would all cease to function. He likewise said that the office of prophet, apostle, evangelist, pastor, and teacher would likewise only endure until we all come to the unity of the faith. Ephesians chapter 4, 8 and following. I have posed this question before. I pose it again. If you say that we have the continuance of the tongues, the glossolalia, which were tongues, not unknown utterances, but if you claim that we have miraculous speaking in tongues, if you claim that we have the miraculous healings, then of necessity, biblically and logically, you must affirm the continuing presence today, operative in the church, of the apostolic function and the prophetic office. You know, it's interesting to me that in preparation for my public debate with Joel McDermott, I asked him if the prophetic office continued. Now, contra Kenneth Gentry, who says the prophetic office has ceased, the revelatory function of the prophetic office has ceased, Joel McDermott called that position absurd. And Joel McDermott says there is no scriptural reason for believing that the prophetic office is not still functioning today. The revelatory prophetic office. Do you catch the power of that claim? The great question, therefore, is, where are the living, inspired, authoritative, infallible, revelatory prophets of God? Joel McDermott seemed totally unconcerned with whether or not there are such men alive, operative in the church today. Wait a minute. Think about this for a moment, folks. If there truly are living, inspired, infallible, authoritative, revelatory prophets and apostles in the church today, number one, they would be undeniable. Number two, they would be unmistakable. Number three, they would be irrefutable. Shouldn't we be mounting? Shouldn't Joel McDermott, since he says there's a possibility they exist, be mounting an all-out search to find these inspired, authoritative, infallible, revelatory apostles and prophets? If I believed that such men existed today, I would be doing an all-out search. And yet again, McDermott doesn't seem to be concerned. He just simply says they may. Well, to all of my friends and brothers, once again, who believe in the continuance of the charismata, the great question is, where are the inspired, authoritative, infallible, revelatory apostles and prophets? I suggest to you, they do not exist. And that means that the charismata as a whole have ended. That means Christ has won the final victory. That means the kingdom has fully arrived. That means Satan has been defeated. Hey, thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it so much. Again, Happy New Year to you. Don't forget, if you have a suggestion for a morning musings, send me an email. Agree or disagree, I'll give it thought. I won't guarantee that I'll use it, but nonetheless, I appreciate your suggestion. And don't forget, get my book, Into All the World, Then Comes the End, for a study of this very issue, Christ and the victory over Satan, the end of the age, and the end of the charismata. Go to my website, www.eschatology.org, www.bibleprophecy.com. Order a copy of the book. Say you saw the offer on YouTube or Facebook. I'll refund your shipping. So, thanks again for joining me. We'll see you on the flip side.